All right, welcome everybody to On the Screws Golf Coast to Coast Tournament Notes Edition for Advanced Rookie. Welcome, and welcome. All right, everybody, here we go. We are going to go through holes 1 through 9 with what we believe and what we have performed thus far to be some of the better, if not best, opportunities to get drops in your respective divisions, in your respective advanced rookie category. All right, so far we've started off with a minus 13, then we did a 14, then on stream we did a 15, and now this morning we were able to execute and make a minus 16 with these notes, okay? So when we go through these notes, you're going to see a couple that are still not completely dialed in, such as hole 1 and hole 5, but we are super close, and we've made hole number 1 one time based off the most recent adjustment. We just can't confirm that it's going to go in each and every time with a perfect wind and a perfect shot, if that makes sense. So with that being said, let's get into hole number 1. All right, here we go. Hole number 1 and hole number 10. All right, par 3. We're starting off this tournament with a par 3. We choose to go with a Goliath 6, 7, and 8. Those different levels all work. We choose to use a katana ball. You can go ahead with a marlin ball. You can go with a basic ball. You can go with a navigator. You can go with a quasar. For whatever reason, I have plenty of katana balls, and that's what I choose to use, okay? So it's a plus 10 at mid-adjustment, and you're going to see all of those adjustments on shot number 1 in yellow. So these are the most revised adjustments where we've made it, okay? So, and we've only made it one time though. So make sure you understand that this is not a guaranteed replicable shot thus far. I'm hoping that it will be, but right now, based off of what we have and what we've made, this is my best option to give you a hole-in-one with On the Screws Golf Notes. There are other streamers out there that have a no move position, and off the first tee shot where the game opens up, you don't move it, you make an adjustment on the spin, you adjust then for the wind, and then you take your shot and it's been made. I don't know if it's replicable or not, but I believe there are different avenues for different streamers, and we all do things differently. It's just maybe the best option is you review all the different options out there, and then you choose what you think will work best for you and your clubs and ball selection, okay? It is important that you pair up the ball with the club that you're going to be using in every tournament. That gives you the best opportunity to make these drops. Okay, here we go. Hole number 1, plus 10 mid-adjustment. What I'd like to do is take a look at the picture on the right-hand side here. You're going to see where the blue ring is near the bunker. So what you're going to do is you're going to start right there. Half the blue ring is going to be in the bunker. That's your starting point. Then your next point will be to go 0.5 topspin, 0.5 right spin. Then once you do that, then what you're going to do is find the tip of the ball guide, and you're going to aim it directly to the left side of that dark row of green squares, what we call a transition between the light squares and the green square. There's a seam or a line, right, that separates the light from the dark. I call that a seam. Point your ball guide right onto that seam, and you can see there's the pin. There's a light row of green squares, dark row, light row, dark row. So you're going to be 2 dark rows to the right, okay? And once you do all of that, get that placed, you're then going to adjust for your wind. Let's give you an example. Let's say it's a 4-mile-an-hour wind at 10% mid. Let's say that would have been a 2-ring pool. You're now going to go 2 minus the 0.1, and it's now going to be a 1.9 ring pool, okay? Then you're going to take your shot, hit it perfect, and knock it in the hole for a eagle hole in one. It's easy as that. Plus 10 mid, 0.5 top, 0.5 right, minus 0.1 on your pull, half the blue ring cutting the left bunker, and the ball guide, tip of the ball guide, right aiming on the seam of that dark row of green squares. Okay, that's hole number 1. All right, hole number 2. This, again, is a par 4, our first of the 3 par 4s. And you're going to have an extra mile 6 or 7, a thorn, and or a firefly. Now, based off of my adjustments, what's going to happen is you're going to be in firefly and or end bringer range. It all depends on what you have in your bag. If you have a more experienced advanced rookie bag, it's probably an end bringer. If it's a lower experienced advanced rookie bag and you're just trying to play advanced rookie, then you're going to use a firefly. Okay, so there's 2 different options here. So let's take a look. Katana ball again. So you're not using very many wind balls or expensive balls. We're just going to give you a katana ball. You're going to go 3 top spin, 1 right spin. You're going to have the yellow ring on your drive cutting the left rough. You're going to start at the plus 9 yard mark, and that's going to put you in the 340 to 342 range. And the most average wind that you're seeing is about 3.6 miles an hour. So you're going to adjust for that 3.6 miles per hour wind. So once you do that, that's going to roll out, and it's just going to be short of that bunker out there, but it's going to give you a wonderful angle at that pin to attack. So now on your second shot, there are 2 options here. The first, let's go with the firefly. It's going to be at max adjustment. So what's going to happen is your ball is going to be up there with either a hornet or a thorn, depending on what you have in your bag. But you're never going to be able to pull back enough for the wind adjustment. You're going to go into max firefly. So what you need to do is just pull it back automatically to max firefly, find max firefly, and go 3 top spin, no side spin, and you're going to add plus 5% max adjustment. Okay? You're going to go 3 top, aim it at the hole, best you can, plus 5 at max adjustment, adjust for your wind, and then hit perfect, and you should see that go in dead center perfect right into the middle of the stick. Now, here's option number 2. If you have an end bringer, you're going to do the exact same thing. Your thorn and your hornet are going to be too far based off our drive distance. Once you do that, you're also going to pull it back into max end bringer range, but all you need is 1/2 of a top spin and no side spin with the end bringer. You're going to go plus 5 max adjustment. And again, if you hit it perfect and you have it lined up directly into the stick, you should be able to hit a perfect shot and go in the hole for an eagle. So at this point, you're either going to be 4 under or you're going to be 3 under after 2. All right. So hopefully our first adjustment on 1 will be a hole-in-one for you. We then hope that this one, based off of either one of these clubs that you have, which is a firefly or an end bringer, you'll be able to hit perfect and make an eagle on hole number 2. All right, so let's get to hole number 3. Excuse me. So on hole number 3, our first of 3 par 5s, again, this one is, in my opinion, relatively easy if you can hit perfect, okay? You need 1 perfect shot here, and that's the hornet. All right. The quarterback, it's such an accurate club. You don't need to hit perfect on your drive. You're going to still be safe with these adjustments. The big dog, you're going to have plenty of distance where if you hit it really bad, great, you could go into the rough or into the bunker out in the middle of that fairway. So you have to hit really close to perfect, if not perfect. If you hit a teeny great ball left or right, you should be able to still be in the fairway and give yourself a 3rd shot hornet. Okay, but the 3rd shot on the hornet, you got to hit perfect or else you're going to miss. All right, so here we go. Hole number 3, quarterback. You're going to be at 10% max. You're going to go 3 topspin, which is with a quarterback 7. That's all the topspin you have. If you have a quarterback 8 or higher, you're going to have 4 topspin. So it's always 3 topspin. That's why I didn't put full topspin, because of the different values in the quarterback 7 and the quarterback 8 level. So 3 topspin, 2 right spin at 305 to 308 yards is where you should end up. So you're going to see right there, the note says your second bounce is just short of the shadow. And you can see that second picture right there. Right at the base of that larger shadow, that is the that's where the light fixture is, right? There's the pole, and then there's the top of the light fixture. You're going to be right at the base of the pole and the light fixture where they connect. That's where your second bounce is going to hit. And then you should be able to roll out to 305, 308, and still give yourself 2 to 3 yards short of the rough line at the end of the fairway. Once you do that, you're going to head over to shot number 2, which is going to be your big dog 6 or 7 or 8, depending on what you have. And you're going to go full topspin with 2 left spin, okay? You're going to aim it kind of right down the middle of that fairway between the right rough and then the middle of that fairway. There's a bunker with a little bit of rough around it. So aim between the edge of the rough on the bunker and then the edge of the rough on the right fairway, and adjust at 0 max and hit perfect. And you're going to be up right at the beginning portion of that where the bunker starts in the fairway, and you're going to be at a max minus 5% Hornet, okay? And you could use the thorn here as well. With a thorn, I'd say maybe 1 to 2 backspin. With a Hornet, it's 3 backspin. So that's why I have 2 to 3 backspin depending on what you want to use. So if you look at the clubs up in the description, it's quarterback 7-8, big dog 6-7-8, thorn 4-5, Hornet 4-5. It's your option. But if you're going to use a thorn, I suggest only 2 backspin. If you're going to use a Hornet, my suggestion is 3 backspin, but it's 1 right spin for both of those clubs. So 2 back, 1 right, 3 back, 1 right. Aim into the middle of the hole, and then you got yourself an option there. Now, underneath there, you can, and we showed on one of our streams that you can try for a sniper rough bump, but what you're going to do is you're going to hit the drive, you're going to play short with a sniper up the left-hand side, and then you're going to try to make a sniper rough bump on this hole. It's a pretty straightforward shot with a minus 10% at mid, but with my clubs on one of these accounts, I only have a sniper 4, so the ball guide's not good enough. On my next account, I have a sniper 5. And that ball guide I don't feel comfortable with. And then on my last 2 accounts, I have a 6 and a couple 7s, and those are very appropriate levels. So sniper 6 and 7, and anything higher than that, you can try that sniper rough bump at 0 backspin, 3 right spin, minus 10% because of the power as well as the ball guide. Okay, so those are your options on this par 5. And if we play it right and you can hit it perfect with your thorn or your Hornet, you should be sitting at a option of minus 6 right now. Eagle, eagle, eagle. All right, hole number 4. Here we go. Par 4, our second of the 3 par 4s that we're going to be playing. So we're going to start here with a Kingmaker at plus 10 max adjustment. You see that we have the first shot. We have 2 topspin, 4 right spin. That puts you at 325 to 329. Okay, and that's a very nice shot. Okay, gives you a good look at the green. It's just you're coming pretty much straight at it, and you have to go over a little bit of a bump, which is on the right-hand side of the front of the green. I don't really like that angle, so what I've done was I've adjusted it, and it's now 1 topspin, 4 right spin, and that equals 318 yards, and that's going to give you a really good look kind of straight down the flat surface, and then once you get up to the green, it tilts a little bit, but when you get near the hole, it flattens out a little bit, and you give yourself a really good chance at another eagle here. So I'm going to stick with the green adjustments, which is 1 top, 4 left on the first shot, get to 318. Our second shot's going to be 3 back, 1 right at max adjustment, and that's going to be a Hornet. So what you want to do to get there is, you can see the next couple lines underneath that, you're going to have anywhere between 1/4 to 1/2 of the blue ring cutting the right bunker. You can see the picture, the second picture, shot 1 landing. And you're going to be, your bullseye is going to start at the +3 yard marker on your tee shot. Once you get that lined up and you see that the ball guide is out in the fairway, you then go ahead, make your adjustment on the wind, and then you hit perfect, and you're going to land anywhere between that 318 spot or 329 or 325 to 329. Your second shot then again is 3 back, 1 right Hornet, okay, at mid adjustment 0. And then if you go ahead with the Thorn, it's 2 back, 1 right, and that's at mid adjustment at +0. Now, both of those second shots are from the 325 to 329 yard mark. So you're with the advancement of from 318 all the way out to 325 to 329, you're going to now be in mid. But if you're back at that 318, we're going to play it at max. Keep that in mind, okay? So shot number 2, 3 back, 1 right for Hornet at 318 is max at 0. Or if you're at 325 to 329 for the Hornet, you're going to be at mid +0. And the same goes for the Thorn. 2 back, 1 right at max or mid. Okay. Another great opportunity for the eagle if you can hit it perfect. Okay. Hole number 5. Here we go. All right. Our next par 3. Again, I have not dropped this one yet, so I'm still dialing it in, but I feel very confident that we're going to see some, if you follow these notes, I think you're going to see some drops in the qualifier. I think you're going to see some in the opener, and then you're going to see some in the weekend as well as we get it even more dialed in. But what we're going to play with is a Saturn 7. That's what I routinely have on my rookie accounts, and that's for the backspin. So what we're going to do is we're going to play it at 10% at max adjustment, and you're going to do the full backspin -1 bar. And if you can see that picture, it's kind of blurry, but if you would have a Kingmaker here, and it says Katana, but I played it with a Kingmaker to cut down the wind, okay? And I prefer that you could play it either way, but I would prefer the Kingmaker just to cut down a little bit of the wind. So if you take a look at the 4.3, that's with a Katana. You could see the 2.4 at its lowest was with a Kingmaker. So the adjustments are much easier, and it does not push the ball off of that downhill slope as much with the lower winds. So that's why we switched to the Kingmaker as compared to the Katana early on when we first did these notes. So you can see the full backspin with the Kingmaker. It's going to be all but 1 backspin, okay? So keep that in mind. No side spin. You're going to go full back -1 bar, 0.5 left spin. I don't see it in the picture, but what we've decided to do, because we were missing just to the right edge of the pin on this shot, we've now put 0.5 left spin at max adjustment, and we aim 2 squares short, and we aim left of the pin to the left edge of the cup, okay? So that's a lot to go over, but here we go. Saturn 7 or 8, Kingmaker, +10 max adjustment. You're going to go full back -1 bar. You're going to go 0.5 left spin, At max adjustment, you're going to aim 2 squares short of the hole and aim left of the pin. And the reason you need to aim 2 squares short of the hole is because since we took 1 full bar of backspin off, it's going to have an extension of that bounce, okay? So it's going to bounce and extend its ball guide. So just be aware of that. So hopefully you'll have the opportunity of hitting it perfect, and the wind and the Playdemic algorithm will be with you, and you'll be able to make a hole-in-one there. Okay, let's get to hole number 6. Second of 3 par 5s. This is one that we should be making an albatross on at least 50% of the time. All right, so here we go. Extra mile 6 and 7, sniper 5, 6, or 7, okay? So we're going to use a Titan ball. And then we're going to go 20% max adjustment on the tee shot. We're going to go 10% max adjustment on the second shot. So here we go. Full top spin, 2 left spin, and we're going to end up between 345 and 350 yards. We want the yellow ring to cut the left rough. And again, we're going to adjust at 20% max adjustment. Then we're going to hit perfect, and you're going to see the ball go right down that nice landing zone and roll down into that trough into the 345 to 350 range, okay? The further you are, such as 350, gives you a really, really nice angle at it for your second shot. But 345, it's just as easy to make the albatross as it is at 350. I just prefer the 350 angle a little bit better because it just feels and looks straighter to me than the 345 angle, okay? So on the second shot here, what you want to do is you want to go 2 backspin, 2 left spin with a sniper level 5 or higher, okay? Because of its distance, it's going to land further and bounce further, and it has a little bit more power on it. So you're going to have to, instead of moving it way back and bounce on the collar or on the fairway, you're going to want to just go ahead and put the 2 backspin on and the 2 left spin on. For a sniper 4, you're going to go ahead and do a 1 backspin, 2 left spin with a sniper 4. Now, I don't have anything less than a sniper 4, so I can't tell you whether a sniper 3, 2, or 1 is going to work with these adjustments, but I do know that a sniper 4 at 1 back, 2 left with that landing spot you see in the 4th picture is a great place, and it works. And then also at 2 backspin, 2 left spin with a sniper 5 or greater, that's the exact same landing spot that you want for the albatross. Okay, so pretty straightforward. One more time, extra mile. We're going to go 20% on the max drive, full top, 2 left, end up 345 to 350. Yellow ring cutting the left rough down near the edge of the fairway. Second shot, you're going to be at plus 10 at max adjustment. 2 back, 2 left with a sniper 5 or higher. With a sniper 4, 1 back, 2 left, you can see the area. The second bounce is going to be just past the collar or the fringe, whichever you want to call it. And then you're going to have that ball. It's going to be, since you have the 2 side spin on it, it's going to be aiming to the left. So you want to aim that ball guide directly into the hole as best you can. Then you go at your max adjustment off your 20 and 10% and give yourself a chance at the albatross. Okay, hole number 7. 3 to go, folks. All right, here's our par 3. We really had a breakout banner awareness the last time we had this in a tournament where we were making the hole-in-one with a no move position. Okay. And on the screws, came up with that no move shot, and everyone seemed to pick up on it, and everybody had a great result with it. So what I wanted to do again was do the same no move position. I teamed up with Ehrlich Matthew Warren Gaming, Ehrlich Gaming, and he was able to work through the process before I was able to, because he goes on earlier than I do, and he came up with a great adjustment. And this adjustment is credit to Matthew Warren. He said, if the no move worked last time, I'm sure it'll move this time. We just have to dial it in. So this credit goes to Mr. Matthew Ehrlich Gaming. So 1.9 topspin and 0.75 left spin on a no move target. So game opens up, you don't move the target except for the spin. If you have 4 miles an hour, you're going to go 1.9 topspin and you're going to go 0.75 left spin. Then you're going to adjust for the wind, and then at 10% mid, and then you're going to take your shot, should go in the hole. If you have a 3.2 to 3.7 wind, 1.9 topspin, and you should have a half a bar left spin. No move position, and then adjust for your wind. Take your shot, should go in the hole. And then our final adjustment for the wind, 2.6 to 3.1 miles an hour, 1.9 topspin, 0.25 left spin. Adjust your wind, take your shot, should go in the hole. Okay, so that's our no move position for hole number 7, par 3, Titan ball, plus 10 mid adjustment, no move with those ball spins. Okay, pretty straightforward. There's not much else that we need to say here other than best of luck, and that's going to be another shot on the field if you can make that routinely. All right, hole number 8. Excuse me. All right, hole number 8, our last of the 3 par 4s. We are, again, going to use the extra mile 6 or 7. Now, I have the big dog up there, but, we've come to the agreement that if you're going to play it safe and not do a power hook here, you're probably going to want to bring the big dog, okay? Big dog 6, 7, or 8. That gives you plenty of distance for a 1 top spin, 1 left spin, at 0 elevation adjustment, and bounce it into the front of the hill and get it on the green for a birdie putt. Very safe, very easy, very, very competitive shot, okay? Or you can do what we do here at Advanced Rookie on the Screws Golf. And that's why we're Advanced Rookie, because we're going to take chances that the normal rookie players don't. All right. Not only because we have a little bit better clubs, but we have a little bit better knowledge of the course, and we want to give ourselves the best opportunity to get the best score. This is one of those holes that prove that theory. So here we go. We are going to do a power hook on this hole, whether it's an extra mile 6 or an extra mile 7. So with either one of those clubs, you're going to be able to pull this off. Now, here we go. Let's use the extra mile 6, for instance. You're going to do a full top spin, full left spin, okay? So before we do that, what I want you to do is set your ball guide and that target area in the middle of the fairway, okay? As soon as you get it set in the middle of the fairway, get your ball spin to full top, full left. Then I want you to inch it over to where half of the blue ring is cutting the left fairway. That's your start position. Then I want you to take your wind and I want you to add plus 10% at max adjustment and adjust for the wind. Once you do that with the extra mile 6, you're then going to move 11 rings to the right, okay? And you're going to move it out into the fairway, the rough line out there at 11 rings. Then you're going to go full back, full curl left, and then full needle left. And you're going to hit a power hook out there, and you should land past all the trouble, all the bunkers, and you should land at about 361 yards, okay? Now, with an extra mile 7, everything's identical, except you're going to move 13 rings, okay, instead of 11. Once you do that, full power, full curl, full needle speed, or full needle to the left, and then you're going to release, power hook it, and you should end up anywhere between 380, and I got one that went out to 391, which is too far. We don't want to go that far. But 378 to 382 is the number you're looking for. If you are able to get to the 380 and the 361 mark, you're going to be able to give yourself a really good chance at a sniper level 5 or higher rough bump. With that, you're going to be at minus 10% min adjustment. You're going to go 1.5 top spin, 5 right spin, aim that ball guide into the hole, and then make your wind adjustment, hit perfect, and oh my gosh, it's an eagle. It's amazing, okay? So do yourself a really, really, really big favor by hitting the power hook here and then giving yourself a chance at a rough bump sniper 5+ eagle attempt. And again, you make eagle here, 95% of the field is going to make birdie or par, and you're going to be in that top 5% making eagle, which separates you and your score significantly, not only in the qualifier, but then into the opening and then into the weekend, which then advances you up the bracket leaderboard and into that top 3. Okay? So with that being said, I think that's pretty self-explanatory. And let's head on to hole number 9, our final par 5 on this course. And again, a little bit more aggressive, advanced, so you can play it safe and bounce it over and go down to the left there, get a big dog, get it up close, and chip it in for eagle. Very easy. You can do that. That's a great way to play it, nice and safe. Bounce it on the first pad, get it over into that fairway, then hit a big dog short of those rocks, hit it up near the green, and chip it in with a wedge. Eagle. Beautiful. Or you can play like we're going to play. And that's with a kingmaker, an extra mile 6 or 7, and a big dog 6, 7, or 8. So we're going to go plus 10% max adjustment. You can see right there, I'm in a resting position with my landing area with the extra mile 7 in the right photo. What we're going to do is we're going to push that all the way out there to max, where you're going to see that we can't push it any further with the landing zone. Then what we're going to do is we're going to move it over. There's a little red marker out there, which, I don't know what the markers are for, but it's out there. You can see it. So you're going to put your ball guide between the marker and the edge of that little peninsula fairway. So where the rough and the fairway begin, you're going to have your ball guide between that edge of the fairway and that red marker. You're going to adjust for 10% max off the wind. So you're going to pull it over to the left. Then you're going to go full over power and you're going to hit perfect. And when you do that, it's going to bounce once. It's going to bounce twice on that little peninsula fairway out there. And it's going to bounce over everything and land into the fairway and trickle down right into the middle of that skinny fairway down there. And it's going to give you a very easy min distant big dog second shot. Now, if you want to go ahead with a sniper, you might be able to get there, but I haven't tried it. I only used the big dog so far on this, and I've been trying to dial that one in, and we're really, really close. So with the big dog, once you're out there in that 396-yard range, you're going to be 3.25 backspin, 1 left spin, and you aim just at the left edge of the hole. It's at min adjustment, and you add +0, all right? And I've been doing mid and min, and they're both super close, okay? I think I did min the last time we did it, and we missed to the right. So if we do mid adjustment, I believe with the aiming at the left edge, 3.25 backspin, 1 left spin, I think we have the chance of getting in the hole, okay? So 0 at mid with the big dog on our second shot. All right. And that is going to give you pretty much a guaranteed eagle. And then the good news is you're going to give yourself a chance at an albatross. All right. I don't think you really have a chance at an albatross when you play safe down the left-hand side. But if you play it aggressively and advanced like we do with our route, then you're really giving yourself, again, for another shot on the field, okay? And then now you're talking 99% of the field you're going to get if you get an albatross when they're only getting eagles and birdies, okay? So that's the coast-to-coast tournament. And again, hole 1, par 3, pretty straightforward. Hole 2, par 4, through the trees. Hornet on your second shot, or excuse me, that's going to be a Firefly or an Endbringer at max. Par 5, our first par 5, we're going to go ahead with a Hornet. 3 back, 1 right at max, hit it perfect. Hole number 4, again, another Hornet, 3 back, 1 right, depending on if you're at 318 or 325, it's going to be mid or max. If we go to hole number 5 here, this is the one we need to dial in. Full back minus 1 bar of backspin, 0.5 left, too short, and aim to the left of the stick. And then you're going to go ahead and hit on number 7 here. This is the big albatross. We really need to make albatross here with the Sniper 5+. And then, of course, on hole number 7, the no move, 1.9 top, and then, depending on the wind, the left spin. Hole number 8, you're going to go ahead and do the power hook here. And then hole number 9, clean it up with an opportunity at albatross with an overpowered full top spin, extra mile 7, and then the big dog with 3.25 back, 1 left, aim at the left of the stick at mid. All right, that's it, everybody. Thank you for spending some time here at On the Screws Golf. Have a wonderful, wonderful week. Best of luck in your remaining qualifiers, your openers, and your weekend rounds, and get that banner.